I need to figure out what to do with the background as we're like just sitting here talking, because I just like put up Weeble and like every now and then I'll type in a stock that we're talking about, but I need to figure out something for that. Maybe I do us just bigger when we all get on cam. Oh no, I have it logged off where I'm logged off on Weeble, so like it doesn't show any of my stuff or any of my positions. Although I don't really have any positions, I only have Intel calls right now is all I'm sitting on. So yeah, you just get them, or I loaded like a week ago or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, we did the first round, but we did November at 50. And then we did a second round. I'm on my second round now where I bought back in when it was at 51. I bought back in for 55 strikes for December. But man, they tanked all week. Ugh. I mean, I can't. Yeah, I catch the first ones. Your guess is as good as mine this week. I haven't looked at it at all. Hold on, let me get out my crystal ball, as they say. Take a peek. I haven't. Actually, it's probably back on its climb, right? So. Yeah, I mean, I said that in the Spy Hunter chat. I said between 60 and 65, it bounces. It's back up to 480. So I probably would have taken long calls a couple dollars early, but whatever. Yeah, when do you want me to send you my PayPal? Because this thing's never going below 400. You think, Heat, you really think it'll drop over $100 bucks? Right. Yeah, but you need a catalyst like that in order to do that. Like, market perception isn't just going to drop it 60 points, you know? Yeah. I mean, I could see housing doing it again, because no one can afford houses. But actually, yeah, actually, now you say that, like, a bunch of the houses around here just dropped like 30K in price because no one was selling them. Yeah, you guys, you got a minute. The countdown timer's at a minute. Yeah. Yo, Cat, I am gonna kick your ass if you jump up here again. Oh no, I got 2 inches of snow. Alright, boys. We ready?
I should pull up YouTube to follow along.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing?
Yo, yo.
Yo, what's everybody doing? How's it going? Mike, welcome back. Another successful week, I hope.
Yeah, always is. I mean, we've been killing this week. It's a little slow.
As long as you're not posting shit like Julian did in our chat about how he's going bankrupt.
Yeah, did you see that? I posted that up in the in our little chat.
Yeah, did you post anything like that on Discord or just to us?
Just you guys.
Yeah.
Margin call on Wall Street bets of like 350,000.
I was like, yo, this man's going bankrupt. I was like, oh, geez. Right? Bro, he was like, nah, they all joking out. Man, he was about to lose.
Is Mike breaking up for anybody else or just me?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
You hear me better now?
Yeah, maybe you were swearing a lot and we were censoring you automatically now.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I gotta stop cursing so much. Make it kid friendly.
So just so everybody knows, we got a special guest, Heatseekingpigmissle Pig, on today, replacing the everlasting Whippet of last week. I know we're I don't know what you guys want to do today. I haven't been around all week. I don't know what happened. Mike, what do you want to do today? Like, I'm game for anything.
Yes. So we, our usual format, we'll go through the week, all that stuff. But first, I definitely would like to turn it over to Heat. It's a pleasure to get you on here. You've been definitely a rock in the Discord. You've been spreading a lot of knowledge. You've got a lot more knowledge than a lot of people. I wanted to hear a little bit about, how you started, how you got into trading, the downfalls, the uprisings, all that good stuff, and then we could do a little Q&A, and then we'll jump right into the week after that. So without further ado, we got Heat here. Let's hear it, Heat.
How's it going? I guess first off, people in the Discord that don't know me, my name is Lee. I believe I popped in the chat here at YouTube a couple times. You might didn't know who it was, just some random stranger. But we I've had a great time since joining Akalades, and I lurked around for a while just to see what y'all are about. And I've been in the market now for over a decade. I specialize mostly in long-term growth investing after my first explosion of my account, I guess you call it. And that was probably when I was 23. I inherited some money and thought I was just going to be a rock star, and went in, and it was a significant amount of money. It was in the better part of $200,000 that I lost in less than a month. And after that point, I probably made the best decision that I've ever made for myself outside of getting married and having a kid. And that's putting the remainder of that money, and rolling it into a Roth IRA, basically putting it in a money prison. So I had to keep it from myself to make myself learn how to make something grow and to have something for my future. So I wouldn't just, pardon my language, piss it all away, because that's where I was on route to do. And I know that basically because, I know myself pretty well. I had an addictive personality. Everybody gets their egomaniac stage thinking they can do anything until you get slapped in the face. And you don't really ever learn until you bounce your head off a brick wall a couple times. But that has grown into enough money that I don't really have to worry about my kids' college or, my house is paid off. My vehicle's paid off. I don't have any loans. It's a blessing. And the knowledge that I've accrued along the way has allowed me to into my new hobby, which is, I guess, trading. So, outside of making trades over the years, I never really thought of anything more than, hey, what's this going to be in 5 years? Or what can this do for me in the interim? Or how can I make a quick side buck? And I'm on the journey now, learning that. And, following y'all along the way, asking questions. And
then I know you hit me up a while ago. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but you have like I don't know if you want to call it an algorithm or like a cheat sheet where you're trying to find the bottom bounces.
Yeah,
Like what's
and
that
that's
little
something I'm
project?
working on personally. Okay, so that's basically think of it like a screener, right? That's what most people are going to say, and it's just running, specific metrics on accounts that seem to be oversold, but not enough to trigger for like a full oversold rating, where your scanner wouldn't pick it up, and it usually catches and bounces in the next what 2 or 3 days. The ones I sent out, I mean, I sent out some testers a couple days, and they were all
Yeah.
pretty solid. It's coming around really well, and I'm going to start putting some more of those in. It has to learn. I mean, you're a data analyst. You understand. Machines are dumb until you teach them.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, no, it's yeah. I mean, the couple that you sent me, I mean, looking at them from like my technical perspective, I was like, yeah, these could be good plays. And I just kept staring. I'm like, can I take these? like,
Yeah,
what are we doing with them?
Yeah, I believe you sent me a couple of those too. That you were just shooting off tickers to me one day, and I was like, "What are you sending me?" You were like, "These are
Yeah.
my new. I'm adjusting this screener here." I was like, "Am I buying or what are we doing here?"
Yeah. I basically I set up a paper trade account just till I can get all the bugs worked out. Because I mean, it needs to learn because it was sending me stuff that was like on a nosedive, but hadn't quite went over the ledge yet. And I was like, well, that's not necessarily a bad thing because I can go puts here and make a lot of money. Now just having actually separate into two separate lists
Yeah.
that it's generating.
So you're paper trading it right now just to keep track of how it does, and then you're gonna maybe flip it into
Yeah,
some real
I've been paper
cash
trading it for
eventually.
about 2 weeks. Yeah, and there are plays that I took, that ended up doing pretty well, like the FGLC. And Mike laughed at me
Yeah.
whenever it was like FGLC at 405, and then like 2 days later it went up to 525, I think. And I was like, "Ooh, okay, I think I like this thing."
Oh yeah, that sounds like it's starting to work out. Then you're starting to kink it out.
Now, does it work for
Yeah.
cryptos?
Well, I don't know that I can filter cryptos through it yet.
Yet. Yes,
Um,
the keyword there.
yeah, I mean that's gonna be because that's gonna be loading a completely different list.
Yeah.
So you'd have to load in. I don't know. That's something I could look into though. That's interesting.
Hey man,
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
I want to make money 7 days a week, not 5,
Yeah,
and
for
definitely
real.
on holidays.
Definitely on
I think with cryptos it would be different because there's not really protections like you'd have in the market. There's no SSR list for a crypto. If it goes, it goes.
Yeah,
There's no
well, and
really stopping it.
that would be part of the learning process for the bot, right? You would think,
I think
maybe.
so. Yeah, the way that I have it set up now is basically to send me something that is oversold, but it's not flagging yet.
Oh, okay.
So whenever it pops off in the morning, it'll trigger that oversold, and I catch it off the bounce. So I'll hit it right before that bottom bounce. Does that make
So
sense?
yeah, yeah. So are you doing this for day trades? Or are you doing like long swings? Or are you going like full on investment on it? Or kind of up
Um,
to your discretion?
like T was one that popped. That AT&T,
Yeah.
and it's something like that. That's actually one of my favorite style of option plays as well. Like a panic oversell, because you're always going to get a bounce. Tesla was another example the other day. You know, um, once something like that doesn't move the way it does, at at some point there's going to be institutions who be like, hell yeah, okay, boom, and it's just going to rocket right back up. I
Happened
like
with
to
Zillow
play institutions
too.
about.
Happened with Zillow at over it sold off 40% that day or 25%, whatever it was, and it bounced from what was it, low 50s and went up to 60s real quick. Had like a $10 bounce.
So do we catch the bounce on Peloton then? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't
No way.
know. No way in hell.
Peloton's got
I
another
remember Mike asking me about
$10.
that. I
Oh
actually
man.
bought whenever you sent me that message. He was like, man, you like this at 47? I was like, no, I like this long. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, Julian, you here with us now?
Yep.
The
Yep. I
kid
just
all
got
squared
in.
away?
So yeah, just fed the dog. So she's eating. Just set up my desk. So I'm all good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So just so everybody knows, we've been talking, and we're gonna put it up in the Discord and everything. But we're thinking about switching around the date for the podcast. We're thinking, I think we all kind of decide on Monday after hours, right? Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, either
Monday.
Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We're gonna throw a couple times out there and let you all vote on it. And we found sometimes we were all able to, make sure that we're there for sure. But Monday was like the best one that all three of us went on. But I know for Saturdays, every other Saturday, I believe it is, Julian's got his son, so we're trying to work around that schedule and also make it a lot easier for all of us
Uh,
today.
I mean,
Sunday.
I'm gonna come out and say it. I want to be selfish. I like my weekends. I work all
Yeah.
week, and then I try to
Yeah.
trade during the time. So
I
spending,
actually have a piece of input if y'd like to hear it.
yeah, let's hear it.
So with the podcast, and I like the fact that it would be Monday late. I mean, Monday's usually a pretty hyperactive day, and you're going to be able to map your trades out through the week. You'd actually be able to add a new aspect to the podcast of, swings. And I mean, Julie popped a fire list the other day. I made a boatload of money with it, but he didn't really have time to explain everything he was going over. I just went off his calls. But you can break down what you're going to do through the week, not necessarily
We actually
what you
said
did
that.
last week. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually said that after we get a good feel on Monday, like what's going on, we can map out the next like 1 or 2 days and really talk about it. That was one of the
And then
things
you can,
we said.
talk about your 1K and like you can go over that on a Monday. I mean, you can usually see which way it's going to head one way in a bounce. Like, listen, this may not be the week. And here's why. Boom.
Yeah.
And go
Yeah.
over it.
Yeah, I agree as well. Yeah, I think Monday might be the one. I hope the rest of everybody agrees because that would be it'd be a lot more efficient if we were able to go over. We can kind of predict Tuesday and Wednesday right off of Monday's actions. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but
pretty
anyways,
fun.
we're gonna put that up on Discord. You guys can vote in a straw poll, and we'll switch it to whatever the viewers want to see because at the end of the day, it works for all of us. It's just a question for you guys. So, do we want to hop into Monday or what are
Yeah,
you guys ready for that?
yeah. I mean, we kind of covered everything. I know, we wanted to hear a little Heat story. Kind of went through it, in a timely manner, and we could also touch on some questions for him at the end.
Yeah, I'd
So
like to go over some divs.
you want to go over what? Some dips?
Some
Yeah, we'll
Like
go
to
over
dips.
go
some
over
dips. Yep,
some
absolutely.
dividends. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're going to start on Monday, which was the 8th, right? 11/8/21.
Yeah, the new recap
Yeah.
area that Wonder King is just graciously blessing us with. Thank God, finally. Oh,
Cleans it up a little bit. Yeah, we were chatting about it, and it was getting all the recaps get lost in that day trades area. So we did the recap section here, and we're just now we just send him our recaps. So me, Julian, and doesn't Bookworm's usually a little too busy, but we just send him our recaps. He bangs them out real quick. Now it takes a lot of time. I was spending sometimes an hour and a half on a freaking 8 o'clock at night over here, and I got the baby and stuff. So he was like, "I'll take over." I was like, "Bet." But yeah, so we got PPSI, right? We hit PPSI up Monday. We got in around $4, hit it for 202%. That was our MVP for the week because we hit that a couple times throughout the week. So PPSI was a fun one. We hit dogs up for sympathy as well because Pet Z. Let's talk about Pet Z for a minute. That was the wackiest trade I think of the past 2 weeks. They drop an offering of 64 cents a share, and it drops down to 90 cents, and then it shoots up to $8 in the after hours.
$8. Yeah.
I was like, "What is going on here?" I think that was Friday, right? It was Friday after hours, last Friday, or was that
I think
Thursday?
so.
It was just nuts. I don't know if anyone got a piece of Pet Z, but I didn't catch it. I scalped it a little bit, but the big run on the after hours, I was expecting 40 cents, 30-cent tank. and I was super surprised on that. So we had Dog Z as a sympathy play. And if you guys have tuned into the first week, I believe we went over what sympathy plays are. Right, numbers? We went over sympathies already.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously did, but a little recap on it. It's just anything that would be, somewhat related to that stock in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Boom, covered.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, PPSI was definitely the MVP, I believe, of the week. That was our biggest gainer, 202%. So the market kind of cooled down this week. So we were seeing just, excuse me, heat left and right, and not just heat seeking pig missile. We were seeing the market was just on fucking fire. Like we were hitting, 1,000%ers, 250, 300%ers like all day long. And then this week it kind of slowed down a bit. So we had PPSI for 202. We hit Dog Z for sympathy, and that one I believe we kind of we were all slapping Dog Z like right at the end of the day there Monday. We were all just like, "Oh, Pet C's going." We just started slapping. We got a nice little trade out of that.
I think I was
Then-
like 12%, something like that.
yeah, it's 12% it hit for was the high of from where we bought, but that was a fun one because we were all in on it, and I love those plays when we're all just like hammering a play and then it goes. I'm like, yes,
But if I get 12% every play, I would retire.
we're tired easily.
I'd be happy as hell.
Exactly.
Then we hit some scalps up. We had a couple of scalps. I know Julian, you hit up Clove, right?
Yep.
Tell us a little about Clove, where you found that. What was the action on Clove?
So let me pull up their graph real quick. I think they had, when was this? This was Monday, right? Which
All
was
day.
what, 11-8?
11-8. Yep.
Let me see. Yeah, I mean, I really like the. I don't have the graph up right now, but I'm pretty sure we were on some sort of support, and I was seeing some pretty nice volume. I think at open, I called that right around like 10. But the move didn't happen until after hours, so it saw a really nice pop after hours at close. But yeah, that one was kind of like a late goer for me. I thought it was definitely going to go, right when I called it, but it did see a really nice pop right into after hours.
Did
Yep.
it stay close to thereafter? Like, did it roll into a swing?
No, that shit dumped. I'm sorry, excuse me, but yeah.
No, it's okay.
So yeah, we hit Clove, and then we hit Fun too. I believe we scalped Fun 437-ish to 460. It hit. Fun's been another one.
Is
We
that going to
hit it
be one of those? Yeah, I was about to say, is that going to be one of those that we just completely
milk.
trade the range on and milk
Yeah,
it until the end of the day?
just
Like
milk
it's
it.
our new BBIG for the time being.
Exactly what it is. So we hit Fun the original run. We got Fun on. We had some fun on the original run, and then we've been just milking it every day. If you can get Fun anywhere under, anywhere from like 3.9s, 3.9s to 4s, you're guaranteed 30, 40, 60 cents on a pop during the day is what I found, and I've been hitting it like literally daily. So Fun, even on Friday we hit Fun too. I know we'll get, but it had or Thursday I had an earnings beat, and it had a nice little pop in the after hours. They scalped that. GME we scalped as well. GameStop, I know, the apes love to hear about GameStop. GameStop we scalped for 217 to 225.
But you can't be
$10.
scalping it. You
Hey,
can't.
well,
That slows down the momentum. You can't be taking pennies. You
talk to
gotta
Julian,
diamond hand
bro.
that.
So I did calls on that. I don't know. I think maybe we got mixed up on the
I
scalp
played
alert.
calls as well.
Yeah, that was a very nice pop. I'm trying to think. It started at open and it kind of slowly grinded up the whole day. So that was pretty nice
Was that
options to play.
Wednesday?
That was
No, Monday.
Monday, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
See
I don't know
now.
why that's in the scalp trades. That should have been there with the options. If it made a a $9 move like that, you're talking like a 3% on a scalp or a 60% on some calls. So that's definitely something we'll have to have one. So if we hit that for calls, we hit that for calls. We also shorted a couple things. I shorted Hood in the close. They had some cyber. What was it? They had gotten hacked. I believe it was. They were released. Somebody was releasing all the info.
Data leak.
Yeah, I caught that right into the after hours. The news hit my scanner. Shout out to Scans. I use Scans over here, and I seen it immediately. I just slapped a short on it, and I mean, I only got 5%, but it was a nice little short. And I shorted PPSI as well for 18%. And then I only got one options trade in on Monday. I know that GME should be down there, but I got Neo for 63% on an earnings run up, and that was a nice little play. So that was Monday. Monday was, we've been, what we've been doing is with these slower weeks is we're not going for a massive amount of trades. We're just trying to find those quality setups, hit them. If we get 12%, 6%, whatever it is, as long as we take profit on it, take that solid setup, move on. We're not trying to overtrade when the market slows down like this. We want to be, as much cash as we can be.
I have a note for that, if you like.
Yeah, go for
it. The term that I learned to love is called being deliberate. You're trading deliberately, knowing exactly what you're going to get and taking it whenever you get it. Just like what you were just going over. I mean, you're not going to hit 50, 60, 70%. Traditionally, you're only going to get 1 to 11% on a swing trade or a day trade on a solid one. And that's over just the large, I guess, gross average of what you're going over. I mean, if you hit 10% on a day trade, you're kicking ass. Pardon my French. But yeah, I mean, the market, the way that it's rolled into, it's been rolled heavily into the Momo stage. Like, if something catches momentum, that Momo gets that FOMO, and then boom.
I mean, to add on to that, I think it's what we constantly harp on the Discord and on this podcast is have a plan and trade your plan. Don't deviate from it. Don't get caught holding the bag. If it pops to where you want it, take some of your losses. If you want to keep a little lotto, go for it. But there's no reason to go chasing home runs every day. Let's just make money.
I got a place way too early. Whenever I'm popping for a day trade, like I can't remember which one it was, but I know Warner called it. It went from 10 to 17 in a matter of an hour in the morning, and I got out at 13. I was like, hell, I got out early, but I'll take my 35%.
Was that a CRVS? Was that the one that did that?
That may have done that. I think something went from 8 to 17. I think.
Was it Fat B?
Wonder makes too many damn calls. That's the problem that we're realizing right now.
I don't remember which one it was. RKT? No.
RK Rocket you're talking about? I believe that was Julian.
Arwalk? Was it Arwalk?
No, that was nasty though. Arwalk.
RWLK.
Yeah, Arwalk. That was a good one. But anyways, we're rolling to Tuesday. Tuesday we hit a good couple solid day trades. We hit Pet Z, right? So we seen Pet Z do that craziness on, I think it was Thursday after hours, I want to say, last week. I'm not sure if it was Thursday or Friday, but either way, it's been trading a beautiful range, right? So, it might have had shitty news. It should have tanked, whatever. You want to cry, but the thing has been popping daily. And I noticed it was popping daily. I took a position morning. 570s I think I got, and it freaking rocketed to 940s 3 days after the initial run. It's been on fire. So we hit Pet Z up. We didn't take we did take Dog Z. We did take it as a sympathy, but Dog Z has been lacking. We got that one day on Monday with the initial pop that Dog Z hit 12%, but since then, me and Julian have been trying to hit that thing for sympathy, and it's just been so weak, just literally no sympathy. So we hit Pet Z up for 65%. Aider was one that we clapped for 14%. That was pre-market. I hit Aider up for 14%.
Something that's not on your list, but I thought I saw somebody in chat play. It was OCGN. Did somebody take some puts on that or something over this last week?
Success took some puts, and he made a ton of money. So congrats on that call. I must have missed it. I don't know when he alerted that, but yeah, he scored heavy on that.
Wasn't that last Friday though? Because then he was like, "I'm done for the week." He just dipped out.
I feel like that was a Monday though.
Was it Monday? All I know is I remember he posted in the Profits channel. He had ginormous. It was like, "I'm all
cool, y'all. I'm gonna go look now."
He didn't respond to anybody for days. He's like, "I'm good, y'all. I made my money. I'm gone." But yeah, he hit and I know that for sure. For some puts, but
You
I
know,
don't.
what I don't see up there is Pet V. So I don't know. Did we sleep? I mean, I know we didn't sleep on that, but
No,
that
it's on
daily.
Tuesdays. It's on Tuesdays day trades on the voice chat and voice alerts. You had alerted
Ah,
it for 19% day trade.
Oh,
but
you
that
guys
thing
did a
grinded all week.
you
That
guys
Yeah, I
did
know
thing
that's
went
a
some
from like
swing trade.
voice chat.
6.3 to 5 on
I know that's a swing
Tuesday.
trade. I don't know where
It was
one
a swing. This was a swing for like many months, like
yeah.
Oh
So
man.
it hit mid fives. I know that, and I don't know if
514.
Wonders
Yeah.
updated the swings yet or not, or I know he's planning to at least. So I'm sure he'll update that because that was a swing trade from a minute ago, and those that held it, you got rewarded even though you held the bag for a while. It eventually
Hmm.
paid off. But I know you alerted it as a chat voice alert on Tuesday for 19%. As well as you got FCUV you hit up for 4%, but I know you ended up holding it into the 10 range when it ran to 10.
Hmm.
So I know that FCUV is on here, and then QCOM, you hit QCOM right for 99%.
QCOM. Oh my God, that option play. I did not think it was gonna go. It was getting rejected so many times on resistance, and all of a sudden you just saw a humongous green candle. Um, and it actually sold off, so it dumped. And then midday, I think it slowly climbed back up. I'm not entirely sure. Let me pull the graph up. But yeah, those contracts ran. Would they run like 100%?
Yeah, I think you put 99%, but yeah, pretty much 100%.
Yeah,
I
it
think
dumped
Cool.
that.
MCRV was on Tuesday too.
Yeah, that was a great call.
I put that in the ideas. That was one off the algo.
Which
it
one?
Which
went.
one?
QCOM?
The MCRB that I put in the trade ideas
Oh.
for pre-market. I caught it at six. I want to say 670, and midday it went to 930.
Luna,
I
stop.
I popped options into chat, and if I would have taken options, they ran 1,040%.
Jesus.
I was a little sick after that, but I was happy with my 50%.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been okay with 50% too.
Dude, I constantly I feel with options, I got to figure out what to do with them because when I manage to pick the right one, I feel like I give it away way too early every time. Like we were just talking about it before we came on, the Intel options that we took. I mean, you're still holding them. Heat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you that
Oh,
what 400% at this point?
I don't have my screen open for me. I just have my phone, but I mean they're up. I still have them. I don't think they expire until mid-December.
Yeah, I mean, well, you took
I mean
further out once than we did, but we
they
were I
cut in
would
half.
yeah, we were just talking about how we identified it. We all knew where it was going to run to, and we
Mm-hmm.
still all chopped out early. Some of us a little earlier than others,
Was
but
at 50%, bro. You kidding me? I was so sick when you posted that 99% or 90. I was like,
yeah,
you
Yo,
guys, this is like that's what happens every time. I catch 15, 20% on the right ones, right? And I cut them. And then on the wrong ones, I'll hit 15, 20% and I'll hold them. And the next day I wake up down 65 fucking percent. And I'm like, yo, this is going the fuck on here.
you talking Chegg right now? I know you
Yeah,
are.
I'm talking. I
Oh
took a
man,
check though. I did it with plug too, right? I cut plug at a minus 5% or something like that. Like I kept a super tight stop loss, and then they ended up going for like 250%. And the same thing with Pfizer. I cut out Pfizer at like 50%. And they went for 5,000%. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, what am I doing over here? I was
well,
like, I'm obviously not master of the options over here because I sell the good ones early and I hold on to the fucking bad ones too long.
well,
Well,
I
for
just
different
know.
reasons than the numbers said. I mean that was the type of play that I like. Just my go-to option strategy. I'm not great with options, but I mean I have a play that usually works, 20, 30%, basically every time, just on large caps. And
Yeah,
that Intel was one of those.
yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
remember you pulled out Intel. A couple people were like skeptical on it, and I was like, "Slapping Intel? What are we slapping at?" I didn't even question it. I was like, "All right, here,
but
whatever, let's
numbers,
go."
me and you took Intel in the 47s, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I remember we talked about it on like it was like Sunday we talked about it. I said it needs to drop some more. You agreed, and then Monday went by, and then Tuesday or Wednesday, like midday, I like hit you up, and I was like, I think this is it, and like we caught it literally at the bottom. It was crazy,
I
but
caught it on reversal.
yeah, we literally caught it right on the reverse. But like, yeah, I do like though that Mike, me and you joke about this all the time. If me and you are in the same options, the thing is going to go the opposite direction of whatever me and you picked.
Yeah, it always
But if you're in puts and I'm in calls, one of us is going to be right.
one of us wins. Yeah,
But we're
tends
never
to.
both right.
Well,
Hey,
Intel,
Julian had this prior
I just
morning.
cut it.
Oh, sorry.
Intel, we were both right. I just had to cut it early so that you could get paid. That's all
hmm
that happened. Yeah.
Yeah, but we laugh about that with Spy all the time. I'm like, I'm going calls, and you're like, I'm going puts. And sometimes I'm right, and sometimes you're right. But whenever
I mean,
both of us are
With
like,
Sky, you're both right. Like depending on what time of the day it is.
well,
I mean,
yeah, true. But
it
Intel.
no,
doesn't
dude.
matter as long as you can hold it.
But
No, when
he,
I
but
started with when the correction hit, right, or not correction, whatever you want to call it, a little 4% pullback, right? The first time I played the Spy on that, I grabbed calls and puts at the same time. Both were able to be cashed out green. At the same time, I grabbed calls a couple days out, puts a couple days out. I remember I told Julian, I was like, I'm hedging both ways right now. And he was like, well, which way do you think's going first? I was like, I don't care. I was like, they're going to be both green.
It doesn't matter. It's gonna pop.
yeah, but it's crazy because like if Mike goes puts and I go calls, one of us is right. But if we both are like it's calls right now, it's 100% calls or it's 100% puts, and we both go puts, it goes the opposite direction by like 1,000%, and it never comes back.
Yeah, and that's
so
it. And then you're
strange.
cooked because I don't use a stop loss on SPY options. So then I'm cooked.
So you're
Yeah,
talking going
you and both.
one day, like extra
Yeah,
that
yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah. If we like day trades, try to scalp it. If we'll both be like, yeah, man, calls right here, it's gonna go, and then it'll sink. Like, and it's happened multiple
Drops like a
times.
rock, 4 points. It drops 4 points the second we pull the trigger.
Get that IV crush.
Yep, exactly. And we're just like,
Anyways,
well,
let's
okay.
let's move into Wednesday here because we had some good option. We had a good options play on Wednesday. I want to talk about too. But we'll start with
Luna.
so we had IFMK, right? So we hit IFMK. That was a fun one. I got in early on. We had Wonder had alerted YMTX, which was another fun one. So like if you look at this on Wednesday, right? So we didn't have any losses if you traded them, right? Right? You use stop loss, you move it up, you mitigate losses on Wednesday. Now the day trades didn't go 200%, but we had consistent 30, 26, 10, 9, 9. Like that's like you were saying, those are solid day trades right there. So we hit IFMK 31%, YMTX 26%, RXNT, I believe that was a Julian alert on that one for 10%. That was a solid play. $1. You buy 100 shares, you made $100 gain on that. And then we had a couple scalps on there as well. And then the options trade I wanted to talk about is Roku. So he hit the Roku puts. I know he
Oh
both.
yeah,
Cashed
buddy.
out heavy on those.
Now
Yeah.
let's talk about
That's
that,
a big
Julian.
thank you to Julian right there.
How did you
So
find that one? Where did that one come from? Roku puts $1.65 to 320, 94% play. Where'd you find that at? How did that come to you?
I like cashed out
so
early on that.
yeah, I mean the market of course was showing a ton of weakness, and I was looking through because I always look at the big caps. I look at Tesla, Roku, and then some big names like Nvidia. And so Roku, I saw their pre-market was a little weaker than most. And so I had a feeling that if, SPY was going to dump, or if this market was going to tank at open, Roku would definitely get hit the hardest. So I was telling Heat too, I was saying watch Tesla and watch Roku. And as soon as open, Roku just tanks, and options are like automatically up like 40%. So
Yeah, I
that was
cashed out at like 68 in like 20 seconds.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Like
freaking
it was
crazy.
crazy.
I'm late to the
I'd
party. I
already
was like, God
And
damn it.
then both ways. And then you could ride
yeah.
calls. Remember, Mike, you could write calls all the way up and then
Back up.
switch back to puts and get another 100%. So
Yeah.
Roku, if you only trade Roku, that could make your week.
Yeah, you
honestly.
could have made 300%, 100 each way, 100
Easily.
I
down.
made a lot of money that day. I was holding puts from Tesla from that Twitter poll that it posted a week ago. I
Oh
bought
my
950
god.
puts, basically
Oh,
like
nice.
lottos. Yeah, it was at 11:30 when I bought. I sold it 988 and flipped it into $1,100 calls, and an hour and a half later, it ran to 1070. And
Wow.
I just walked away. I was like, "Fuck, I'm done." Pardon my French.
Yeah, I remember you took the next 2 days off, right?
Yeah,
Thursday and
I
Friday
didn't.
off.
I didn't trade really the rest of the day. I mean, I loaded up on some swings or stuff and just bought here and there whenever it was low. But I I wasn't looking for anything else to go green.
Yeah, the only
Yeah,
person I know that doesn't take a day off when they hit like a monster win is freaking Wonder. And I
yeah.
maybe that's because I don't know what he considers a monster win. You know what I mean? But like even like when I hit a big one, I'm just like, okay, yep, that's 2 grand in an hour. I think I'm done for a couple days. Like I don't want to give it back, you know.
See, I like
Oh,
to take off when I'm on the downswing. If I'm on a downswing, I'll take an afternoon off or whatever. But
yeah, same.
when the money's hot, I like to milk the market because we've seen how it goes. It goes down, up, right? And when we hit those downswings, I like to be prepared and have milked it. So I tend to on the opposite end there.
Mhm.
When I'm on a downswing, I'll take an afternoon or a day off or whatever. But yeah, that Roku play was something else. But I know that it's not on the recap yet, obviously. But we're in a challenge, right? So we're in that 1K challenge. We found the 1K challenge play was Wednesday. I believe I had alerted it. Maybe it was Thursday. We took position, but so we're currently in a 1K challenge. It's been going pretty well. We could have obviously capitalized a little more with the past 2 plays. We could have been in and out of them. I know me and he were talking about it, how we could have probably milked the last 2 plays for a good, another good
A
$1,000 each.
double up, yeah.
Yeah, we could have doubled up a couple times, but either way it is, we're up a good percentage, right? We're up on the total challenge. I believe we're up like 38%, something like that. If you combine the 2 plays, because I got started with a grand, I'm at 37 or 1370, something like that. But we just alerted Dare, Dare, for our challenge play. And if you're not in the Discord, if you're watching this, you came across this podcast, definitely hit the link below. It's free. We have a lot of fun in there. We all, we dick around, we have a good time, and we trade and we learn and we grow together. And one of the things we're learning and doing together is a 1K challenge play. We're turning 1K to 10K is the goal. We started with 80TX. We got a nice 20% out of that the first time around.
I ended
Just
up with 36. Yeah.
yeah, 36. Yeah, there were a couple people got in a little better price, a couple people got out at a better price, but around 30 to 40% or 20 to 40% was the gain on that. And then we got JUPW, which is another, we're swinging again now just for, a longer term swing, 6-month swing. They have a huge pipeline right now. I'm super bullish on JUPW. They've got a catalyst coming every quarter from now until the next year. So
I
that's
think there's
another one.
four coming in January.
Yep, they got some stuff coming in January. They even have some stuff coming in December. So we'll see
Yeah.
a pop from them in December, and then
I'm
we'll see
super
a
excited.
pop in January. I'll be holding that one. And then right now we're in Dare. So Dare, December 7th, they've got a FDA decision. It's a priority review decision on their vaginal cream. So I know
Oh,
that I went over the data many times. The data don't lie, right? So the data is better from their phase 3 trials than their competitors that are already FDA approved. So I seen it was undervalued. It's sitting at a support level. We loaded Dare W or Dare. I almost said Dare W. Too many White Claws tonight. But yeah, Dare Dare. We're gonna go. I think this one's gonna pay us heavily. So that's our new swing on there for the 1K challenge. Just wanted to touch on that before we move into.
Catalyst is what? The 7th?
The
Well,
7th is the day of the review, the FDA priority review. So we'll be hoping to, hopefully it'll run up into that catalyst. Is what I plan on that play.
will I be able to sell it for more than I sold it for last time?
What'd you sell for last time?
I think like 360 or something like that. I hit
I
it on that first run up
hope
like a
so.
couple months ago.
Ooh.
Yeah, I hope it
Ooh.
gives a good 100% run. It's a mid to low float. I think it's got a 69 mil float or 80 mil float. It's got a decent short interest on it. They've got a lot in the pipeline. I posted the DD, and I've got some more DD on it as well, like data from their competitors I've got, and I've got a couple other things that I should post up in there as well, just for everybody. But what the point of the challenge is, I want everybody to like participate, right? Learn. I've got people DMing me, different play ideas. One of the plays we used, Mad Max, shout out Mad Max, he gave us ADTX early. I want people to go and do their own DD on these plays and then post them in the chat. I want people to do their own charting on them. I want everyone to learn from this, not just, follow along and, hopefully you make it to 10K. I want you to really learn and then see what you can do with a small account. Because just because you got $1,000 don't mean you can't turn it into 10K in a couple months. If you do it correctly, you can.
I think I have a note for that on the 1K challenge. I see a lot of I don't want to call it FUD, but it is. It's fear, uncertainty, and doubt is what that term means, FUD. People are expecting, hey, 3-day turnaround, 4-day turnaround. And, that's not the point of doing something like this, because then everybody will be doing it. It's not easy to make money in the market without your proper knowledge, without learning, without knowing exactly what you're buying it for, and when you expect it to go. There's plenty of time to go DD. There's probably an opportunity to average down in between now and then. So you may even get, it may drop down
I'm hoping
like 55, 50.
That's what I'm hoping for.
And I'm in at, I think 59 now, but it was 59, 60-ish. If it drops to 150, I'll double, triple my position.
So yeah, that's what I wrote in there. I only went half position on my challenge account to slap that 55. That's another support level. So like you're saying, we took a minute for this next play to come out, right? And that's because I didn't want to just throw out a play there. Neither did Wonder. We didn't want to just find a play, do minimal DD on it. We wanted to be sure, the littlest offering, the littlest possibility of an offering. We wanted to find the play, and it took a while. So, obviously we do have people in there that, they want it now, and they want it, when they want it, and they want it now. But sometimes these things do take a little bit of time, and it's going to pay off in the end. That's why I say, go and do that work, do that DD, go and spend those hours. There's plenty of hours in the day, right? We spend all our hours trading. If you're having a hard time in the market, instead of spending the hours trading, spend the hours studying. You know what I mean? Don't even touch the market for a day and just study.
When I go over things with people, this money is the easiest thing in the world to get. What people don't understand is that it's everything everybody cares about, unless you know what other people care about and you know how to get it. You plus time equals money, period, in any aspect, whether it's a job, whether it's trading, whether it's anything. The amount of time you are willing to put into money is going to increase the amount of money. So it's you plus time equals money. The more time you spend on something, the more money you're going to make on something.
Exactly. Great lesson there. And that's why we brought you on here. You got the experience. We wanted to hear shit like that. So we'll move now into Thursday. We went over the 1K challenge. Like I said, you watching this, you came across this video, join the Discord. It's free. Join the challenge with us. It's going to be, we're having a lot of fun in that challenge area, just, shooting over. I already know I've seen like 10 articles people posted in the chat of DD that they found on Dare. So, we all work together in there. If this is the first actual play that I even alerted. So we're all working together. If someone shoots me a play, it looks like the next play, that's the next play. We all work together in this Discord.
Yeah, I literally, I scroll, I spend at least an hour a night scrolling through the trade ideas, just seeing what everybody else is posting and seeing what I also consider to be a good idea from there. And
Fuck yeah.
I take it half the time. I'm just like, okay, yeah, he's right. Let's go.
I said it the other day, dude. I popped in that trade ideas, and I wasn't even really going in there that much. Popped in, and I was like seeing all these fire plays, and I was like, damn, yo. I was like, I am missing out. I ever since then, I've been looking in there every day. The members have been on fire, everybody, not just, the shot callers or the moderators. Like, there are regular members posting trade ideas in there. Like Sand Flea, he's been on fire. Little Bull,
Man,
I've been just dropping gems in that trade ideas channel. So yeah, that's definitely a nice little chat there that we got where people can trade ideas and we steal them from each other and work together. So
would
we
y'all
got
like me to
Thursday.
pop some more algos in there, like
Pop some
in
more
the
algos
late?
in there.
Yes,
Yeah,
No, I'm
pop
please.
saying
those
no, like
algos in there, bro.
yeah, I'm saying like Thursday and Friday, whenever you catch, so you can catch them on a bounce. You have a whole weekend to go over it, and they might not all be winners, but it
Yeah.
doesn't take very many to make some money.
No, you only need to be right. I've said this before. I don't know if I said this on the podcast, but literally to make it in the market, you got to be right 50% of the time. If you're wrong 50% of the time and you mitigate those 50% of losses and you maximize the 50% of wins, you're gonna win. Like you don't need to be right every time. You just
I'm
need to be right enough times.
yeah.
And
You can be wrong 4 out of
just
5 times if you're
I
if
was
you
gonna
hit
I
stop
was gonna
loss.
say that. Yeah, you could be wrong. You could be wrong 90% of the time as long as you mitigate your losses correctly, and it's
Yeah.
short losses to a big gain. It doesn't really matter. It's all about
You
risk
cut
management.
10% stop 4 times, and you hit 160, then you're green.
Yep.
exactly. So we'll move into Thursday here. So Thursday we hit let's see, we hit RNXT, right? So I believe that was Julian again, or was that you, Julian?
No, that was Wonder.
Wonder
Yeah,
on
because
He
I
our.
came off
loves
of
that
yesterday.
stock.
So RNXT we hit for 24%. This is another day where we didn't hit, the hugest of winners, but we hit enough consistency to have a nice green day. And we did get that one option trade that Wonder actually alerted for that 100% on CN. But we hit Root as well. Root was a 24% day trade that I rode all day long. I milked that day trade. It followed a sweet trend all day. It had beaten on their earnings, and it was just a nice smooth grind up. So that was Root, and then CGen we hit on a day trade for equities on commons, 12%, and then we had a good couple scalps. We had Got You for 6, RNXT again for 5, PPSI for 3, and Vino for 3. And then we had that options trade, CGen 1119 calls for 0.40 to 0.80, 100%. That was Wonders alert there. And then we did have the chat alert on news. We didn't really. I just kind of scalped news all day. If anybody really noticed, I wasn't in the chat much on Thursday and Friday because I was just scalping all day. I was messaging with Julian and I was just in my zone scalping. So news, I know me and Wonder had mentioned it when it was coming out of the halt. It ended up going bananas over the dumbest news ever. Had some kind of coffee franchise extension into a Walmart, and it went 200 and some odd percent on the day. It looks like we got in up for 179% on the alert, but I scalped it probably 22 times. I think I had trades on news, long and short. I was going for 1 to 2% scalps, using large size and just in and out, in and out, in and
Well,
out.
putting in work. I mean, you were putting in work getting ready for the helping everybody out, right? I mean, you got some videos coming out soon.
Yep.
Got some
Yeah.
TAs. I mean, y'all stay tuned to the YouTube. I know Mike's got some fire coming out.
Yeah, I got a couple I've been working on since Thursday. Yeah, I know me and you chatted Wednesday night, I believe it was. We
Mhm.
had a good conversation on building up Accolades a little more, and I did make a couple of videos. I've been editing them, maybe posting one of them tonight, and we got some videos coming in on the YouTube channel. We're gonna do some lessons. I'm taking suggestions from members. You got anything you want to see? You DM me and I'll make a video on it. Any kind of lessons or chart analysis, whatever the fuck y'all want, you let me know. I'll make it happen.
That's the whole point of this, right? Everybody to help each other.
Exactly
All right.
the point.
So now we got to talk, like we do every session, about SPY and how it's never going to hit 400. It's going to hit 550 before it hits 4.
Oh my God.
All right,
Probably should got the right guy.
bold statement. It's on record now. I'm saying it. 550 before 4.
You think it's going to 550 when? Before the new year?
No, not.
No,
That'd be crazy.
I think
You'd
it'll
see
hit
like these
480.
huge
I'm not
gaps
gonna
every
lie.
day.
I think 480 is going to be the top though.
I think
we're near the top now.
Yeah, I think 480. I was saying 470, but you convinced me of 480. I thought 470 might be the top because I thought there might be some retail fear for the retail bulls to keep pushing. But I mean, 480 definitely looks doable off this little bounce.
I'm pulling the
All right,
chart up
numbers. I got a
now.
question for you.
If you look at the daily on SPY, right? So the past 2 times that it corrected, right, into the COVID correction and then the pullback. I'm not going to call it a correction. You know, I did call it a correction when I was talking to Heat, but he was like, it was only 4%. That's not really a correction. So you're right. But both times it had the ascending. Was it the ascending wedge? Yeah, or yeah, it had an ascending wedge. If you look at the chart, right, and then it pulls back when it hits the top. Now the top trend line from the last correct or the last pullback, if you draw it out to the end, it's at 480. So that's why I came up with 480 as the number, because I think it'll come back and touch that top trend line before it fully pulls back. Now it did just have 5 days. Yeah, 5 days last week of red from Friday to Thursday, and then we had this nice green candle off this support. Now it did give up the support for a minute. 462.80. I remember me and Heat were talking about it, and it dipped under on was that Wednesday? Wednesday it dipped under for a slight second, but it kind of the body's over the line, so I'm gonna still call this a solid support level here. Is that 462.80? So it bounced off of it. I think we trend up to 480s on this next bull run, and I can't see. You know, the inflation is real. I know people like to think that this isn't real, but it's a real thing. You know, we can call it hyperinflation. We can think it's just going to keep going up, but you can't prop this thing up much longer. I think right now, I mean, he talked about it Wednesday. The banks are getting themselves ready. They're not ready yet for the tank, so
So
they're
I got a question for numbers.
Yeah,
they're gonna let
Let's hear it.
run.
Okay.
I get
So-
scared when smart people ask me questions. I can take questions from
No,
Mike though.
it's not that. You know, but for most people know, I work for a financial institution. I work for the largest nonprofit financial institution in the United States. So, like Mike, you remember the last SPY dip when I put it up there? I was like, man, it's coming. Here's it coming. Here's your cliff, and then boom, it dropped 4%.
Yeah,
Remember that?
I remember that too.
So remember now, Jerome Powell, the catalyst you need is rates. The second the rates raise, I think that SPY is going to make its cliff. Now, what goes up must come down, right? You're a stock analyst by education, correct?
Yeah,
So if you have,
but SPY
Well, I
is
mean-
different, right? Because SPY's an ETF. It's a little different. Like you have
Is
to
it?
have the whole collective come down at the same time in order for SPY to
Correct.
come down.
So you're
So
saying SPY does not react the same way as any other ETF, like a Fibonacci retracement?
So I would say in some aspects it does, but in others you could say a down day for SPY would be sideways because some are going to go down, but some are still going to go up because you have different earnings and things like that are popping up. Some people are buying
talking a
dips
true
on like
correction.
Microsoft. But yeah, true
No, I'm not talking
correction
about
though.
day. I'm talking
True
about months.
corrections.
But
Oh
if
yeah,
we're
if you're
talking,
talking months, it's a
How
little
many months
different.
have
Yeah.
we been going up artificially, right? What goes
Yeah.
up must come down.
if you look at the monthly, there hasn't been a dip since COVID, like a real true dip since COVID.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And that was
But
quick.
Fibonacci,
So what makes you think?
pull up Fibonacci retracements, pull up the daily on SPY. It has a
Mhm.
Fibonacci retracement pretty regularly. If you look, it goes down to 50 MA and it pulls
Now,
back up.
I'll let you in on a secret. I know SPY is going to go down, but I think the new bottom of SPY is well above 400.
I think it's closer to 415 now.
Yeah, see, and that's why I don't mind taking this bet with Mike and talking about, getting below 400. I just don't think it
When
gets
you
back
took
below there.
that bet, it was around 385.
Right, no,
No,
I
it
agree.
It was actually in the 430s when we took that bet, so it wasn't that bad of a bet for me to take.
Yeah, I mean, if
still
Mike
don't
would have
think it's a
came to
bad
me,
bet.
yeah, if Mike would have came to me and said, "Hey, if it dips 20 points," I would have said no deal. But if he gives me a dollar amount, yeah, man, let's go. Like I think I can cover that.
Put up the
I still don't think that's a bad bet. But
Yeah, we'll
if it
see.
goes below 400, it's going to 350.
Hey, I would have owned
Like,
his
it's gonna
portfolio if I
go.
would have put my Bronco up though.
Yeah, he wanted portfolio. I did it too. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's going down. It's I'm a bear. You guys, I make more money on the short side most of the time than I do the long side. So I hear 390s. I'm thinking, freaking, I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire if this thing falls because I'm gonna short everything. I don't care if it goes down. I don't care if it goes up, and I don't care if it goes down. I'm gonna trade it both ways. And I would do want before we close out. I want to touch on that a little bit because I know we have a lot rolling in, and people, a lot of people came in off of the Reddit hype, and that's excellent. I'm glad you made it into the market. Fuck yes. You made some money on AMC, but let's not get confused here. The market goes up and the market goes down, right? It doesn't just go up. You can make money on the downside, right?
I make more money going down than up.
Exactly. So let's not all be confused. Let's learn, right? So this is the whole point of Accolades, right? We learn from each other. So let's learn how to trade that short side, because that's a fucking tool that you can put in the toolbox. And when the market corrects, and it does have that day that it drops 20 points in a day, and everyone, you see the videos on the news of the hedge fund guys jumping off of their buildings and all that good stuff. Have a day where we bagged huge short plays today. Like let's learn how to short, right? So if you want to learn how to short, there's plenty of short sellers in our Discord, right? Julian shorts with me, Heat shorts with me, Bookworm is a shorting freaking wizard. Like, ask some questions, make a paper account and learn how to short, because it's a tool, right? The market allows us to short for a reason. If it was so illegal and so scandalous, it wouldn't be in the market. So let's short.
Well, let's be careful
Mike,
with
you remember
that
our phone call?
because
Our
what?
phone
What's
call
up?
we had. I can tell you how I learned to short real quick. And it's like the idiots got to short and we went over on the phone call. Like whenever I thought I was a true bull, and this was a long time ago. And I realized that I'd buy something and I'd either hold too long or just make a bad buy. And I mean, they'd run 40, 50% a day. I just flipped up my strategy. Whenever I thought that I should be buying, I would shorter to buy puts, and I started making bank. So I just realized I had the right analysis. I was just buying the wrong stuff.
I follow a guy on Weeble, just for the short plays. I think we know who I'm talking about. We won't mention any
Super
names. Yeah, he said it. I mean, he changed his name at this point because he got so much heat from us. I don't know if it was specifically from us, but he did change his name and his profile pic, so it took me a second to recognize him again.
Who are you guys talking about?
So much.
We're talking about Julian's burner account on Weeble, buying everything at the top.
Getting that CEI is going to run to $3.
Every
Boom.
Mike, you're muted or something.
Oh.
Say something.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Every time that dude he spams, right? He likes to spam these shitty penny stocks. Every time he does, I open a short and it pays off almost instantly.
You don't just short, you short and troll.
Yeah.
Troll,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta throw it at him.
Oh, I think I threw up something. I was like, man, my put's paying fire today. And I got blocked again.
Yeah, pull that shit on AMC's for him.
Yeah, you got to be careful with him though, because he has like a huge following somehow.
For no reason.
Yeah, it's just because he spams stickers.
It's because people follow him to short whenever he's buying them.
That's what it is.
I short everything.
And so when we troll him, everybody's like, "Shh! Don't fucking tell him that we're shorting his plays."
He's making me money. On AMC, man, I'm big on AMC right now. I like AMC in the next 3 months. I mean, I think it makes a nasty move.
I've been a bear on AMC for the longest time, and I don't care how much flame I get for saying it, but I have, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm long.
For the right reasons, though. I mean, right now the fundamentals have caught where the hype has come, and I mean, it's about to hot rocket.
It's if you look at this daily chart on AMC right now, it just had a nice run this past week, right? It rejected the top trend line, had not decent earnings. They weren't good earnings, but they were better than expected, and that's all that matters. So they were better than expected earnings, had a nice pullback. It's pulling back to the bottom trend line. I'm going to be loading some leap calls at the bottom trend line here. AMC, I'm definitely long on this daily flag right here, this wedge. Like, it's so perfect. You can't find a wedge or a flag.
Adam Aaron already sold his stock too. So I mean, it already had that dip when everybody was worried about Adam Aaron selling his stock. He sold.
I was gonna say, do you think the silverback has straightened out the company and it is good fundamentally now compared to where it was?
I think they pulled that 4 months ago and floated it up. I mean, they held that thing up forever. Fundamentally, it looks nasty.
It was in the dumpster before the whole AMC craze. It was going bankrupt. It was, it was on its way to the OTC market or off the market. And I'll tell you, the silverbacks definitely propped it up, and they saved AMC. And the
They
owner,
sold it.
the CEO, will tell you that too. He'll tell
Mm-hmm.
you that if it weren't for the apes, that they would have probably gone out of business from COVID. But
They're giving the
that
apes
guy,
free popcorn.
he's out. He's sold his portion. It's still flagging beautifully. I believe bottom trend ads are a good buy here. And I know we got to go over this as well before we end. Everything we go on here is not financial advice. These are just our ideas. These aren't buy and sell signals. This is just us chatting, talking about, ideas of trades that we might take or trades that we have taken. So, take it as a grain of salt. But I do believe bottom trend buys on the daily on AMC are solid buys for a swing. I do see all-time highs being cracked.
I think
Yeah.
bottom trend buys on anything is a great buy, but that's just me.
Shh, don't
Yeah,
tell
so we're
everybody our
talking
secrets,
AMC
Heat.
then.
Jeez.
If we're talking AMC, then we got to pull up GME's daily too, right? So
Oh,
Fine,
here
they
we
run
go.
together, don't they? It looks the same.
yeah, they run together. So
They
GME,
actually look
$170
exactly the
GME's
same.
wedge
right
isn't
there.
as pretty though. It's not as pretty, but it is still there. So GME could be one too if you like the bigger size. Definitely look, and GME moves a little better because it's a smaller float. Also
GME will run.
Express.
Oh, I just broke
Express goes
my.
with them. We've got Express that goes with them. We've got BlackBerry. We've got Cost. So all
Clove,
the
Wish.
stocks, and that's a good thing. This is a funny for the bears here. If you're watching and you're a bear, if we're talking about meme stocks, it typically means if they're setting up. It typically means the market's about to pull back. So meme stocks tend to go when the market pulls back.
Negative beta. There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like, and I like the fact that fundamental, traditional. I mean, you have a traditional analyst here. I mean, you have me, who's just like the hard knocks trader. I Mike's the same way. I don't necessarily know how Julian got in to everything, but if we're talking about something like a meme stock, that should flag for some people.
Yeah, exactly. I've been if you go look in the chat, right, in the Discord, and you search AMC and go back to like a couple months ago, you'll see me saying when's AMC hitting 15 again. And if I'm saying it's a good buy up in the 30s, it might be a decent buy.
You still got buy alerts at 9, right?
Yeah, I still do. Actually, I if I pulled up my Weeble here, I got an order at. It's not at 9, but it's at 15. I got a buy order on AMC. I'll probably need to cancel it because I don't think it goes back down anymore.
Oh,
Until
man.
the next pandemic, hits and they go, they file for bankruptcy. Right now, I think they're pretty strong.
I think it's the only way up. I mean, they're buying everybody that was going bad. I mean, if you have a company giving away its biggest money, popcorn is the biggest money maker in a movie theater, like percentage like margin, and they're giving that away free. They're not worried about making money.
Not just that, but they're also
okay.
accepting crypto now for ticket purchase.
Yeah,
Dogecoin's being
awesome.
accepted. That's bullish to me. If you're
BTC,
starting to accept
Ethereum.
Exactly. That's I heard that. When I heard that, my perspective on AMC started to change, and I'll tell you,
$30 million on mainstream commercials with Nicole Kidman. If they're spending money like that, they have enough revenue stream to support wherever they're at. They're not worried about dropping right now.
I think a lot of that had to do with them restructuring their debt on the leases, all the leases that they had. That had a big thing to do with that. I happen to follow AMC a little closer than I would like care to admit.
I've been following AMC ever since $4 when I got in.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll tell you right
now.
I called bullshit on, and I regret it too because I just could have gotten in so many times, but I kept calling bullshit. I didn't think it would really do what it did, and it squeezed the gamma squeeze. I know people think that this wasn't a gamma squeeze; it's supposed to go to 1,000, whatever. But it goes from fucking $1.20 to $72. That's That's a massive squeeze, and I call bullshit on it. I'll be the first to admit it. I missed out big, missed out huge on it, and I scalped it on the way up and scalped it on the way down. But this right now, this setup on here, I'm super long on it. I'm going to be looking this week because the daily is starting to get close to that, that edge of that wedge there, and it's tightening and it's coiling. So I'll be looking to grab some, January, February.
Moves fast. That's good. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I had GME calls, and I was very lucky. I bought lottos right before it went from 50 to the first run to 220 before the pullback. And I mean, my calls were for $65, and I sold them for, I want to say it was close to 10,000% before I paper handed those things.
Damn.
Like, I mean, it was
Jeez.
bad. I
Hey,
sold at
Uh,
120, and it ran another
10,000%.
$100.
what
Well,
what
it
do you
ran
guys
another
think of
$100
the
after I sold.
what do you guys think of all the Senate
They got me a
hearings
new
and
boat.
everything that are going on then right now? I know that's getting a lot of hype in the starting to get some hype in the news again.
You talking
What
about
Around
Senate hearing?
the infrastructure?
No, I'm talking about the Citadel, the Senate pushing on Citadel for
Market.
corruption and things like that, and the market
I,
makers.
I think they're going to make an example of them. Honestly, there. I believe there's an antitrust on the way. I mean, you can't control 60%, 70% of, the executable trades in a
Yeah.
market
Right.
and not have some kind of influence. Whether if it's a microsecond, so your algorithm can pop faster. I mean, that's a felony right there. And they've been doing it for a long, long time.
I mean,
I think
they're taking down now the SEC and some and the FBI. They're taking down retail traders that are influencing the market. We see,
absolutely pump and
yeah. So
dumps.
they need to set an example because otherwise, they're you can't just take down some dude with 70,000 followers on Twitter because he pumped some OTC. But then you've got Citadel controlling 70% of pretty much the entire market, and they're manipulating it. You're not going to touch them like that. There needs to be an example.
Knowledge they have because
If
they have
they
the
did that,
knowledge of what's going to move.
if they were to make an example of Citadel, I think so much more retail volume would come into the market. I think so many people would be like, wow, so this really is starting to become legit because
Yeah.
for a while the integrity of the market's been questioned because of them.
I believe the
I
PFOF will be illegal inside of 5 years.
Yeah, I think so too. But I like when AMC was pumping to that 60-ish range and
Mm-hmm.
before it popped, I actually did like a deep dive. I'm like, what all does Citadel actually control? And like I was looking at it, I'm like, man, they are a
Everything.
behemoth. They control everything. Like, and people are talking about like on Webull and Wall Street Bets and everything about Citadel bankrupting because of this because they're
Absolutely.
so leveraged on it, and they're absolutely right. But
And they
I,
still
I
are.
don't know. I don't know if anybody really thought about like the implications of what happens when Citadel bankrupts. Like what happens to 401ks, what happens
Oh,
to pension plans, what happens to the actual market. And so like I actually sent an email to my professor of economics back in college, and I said, "Hey, are you guys talking about this in class? And what are your thoughts around it? Because
Mhm.
like it's actually like scary. That's like Great Depression times two."
oh,
Talking about stuff like
That's what we
that.
were talking about. The correction. The correction in 2008 was twice as bad as the Great Depression was. We just had the
Right.
infrastructure, and we had the ability to get jobs in other places. Like that
yep.
drop was twice as bad as it was in 29.
You can look at it on the
Yeah.
chart. Like the
But
chart
but
don't
like yeah,
look on
but
the
talking
chart.
about Citadel or like one of the market makers going bankrupt is like
You mean
the housing
2008? Like
is
all the big banks going it?
yeah. Well, that's like no because 2008 was all the little guys failing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now
Yeah.
we're talking about the big guys failing. Like we're talking a whole nother level of stock market
Well, here's your
crash.
aspect. Like Evergrande, what
2008,
the
it
little
went from
guys are ready this time.
157, went
Right.
from
The little
157
guys are.
to 67.
Little sharks eat big sharks sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Spy never hitting 400 again, but if like that actually happened, I mean, I could see Spy
It
like
dropped 100
100s.
points.
You know, I could see it down the 120s, 150s area
5 years
possibly.
ago, that was normal.
Dude,
Right.
it dropped 100 points almost, or 90 points during 2008 correction. It dropped from
Yeah.
157 to 67. And that was not even a whole, oh yeah, I guess it was a whole year. In a year, 18 months, like you were saying, 18 months, it dropped a
That's
whole
a
100
true
points.
correction. Like that is a reversal. Like
Yeah.
if you look at SPY over a 5-year span, right? Now look at the run, the bull run. SPY's been on damn near for 13 years straight. There's not been any real
Yeah.
pullback in
Yeah.
13 years.
Since 2008 was the last real pullback on the yearly.
So imagine what's going to happen if that actually does pull back.
Yeah.
Pretty.
That's why I look at, Scott, whenever I make 12 to 18 months is mostly where I do. I'll look 18 months, 2 years from now, where's it going to be? And I can tell you, I mean, I told Mike, I've got a quarter, 25% of my net worth just sitting there waiting on this thing. I'm going to load up. So as soon as I see it goes, I mean, it's Put City.
Oh man, and then you're gonna be the next Mike. What was his name? Mike Wazinski or Mike? The guy from Big Short.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. That's just me having powder ready to go whenever it goes.
Right.
But that all goes back into fundamentals. I think something's going to happen. I'm going to be ready for it when it does. If it doesn't, I can always throw it into VIPX, like one that I sent Mike, which is an inflation-proof Vanguard fund. I mean, it's huge on dividends. It's basically no matter how far the stock goes down, you're protected by the dividend that it's going to replace it with. So, I mean, that's a great place to put money if you want to hedge against something like that.
Oh wait.
Do what?
Who? I'm reading. I was reading chat. We were talking about Super Saiyan, and someone
Oh,
said,
goodness.
"Wait,
Is it
is that me?" Drop in Discord at least.
No,
No, I'm kidding. It's saying in
it
here.
isn't Undizio. It isn't you, brother.
I doubt
Okay,
it's
here,
him.
drop him in. Bring him on. Let's have a chat.
Yeah, no,
How do you make
we're
these calls?
No,
Man?
he'll get his turn. He'll get his
he'll
turn.
get his
But
turn for sure.
we are here at the end. So I know we usually open it up for question and answers, but we kind of ran long. This has been a great episode. We're gonna have to just, if you guys got questions, throw them in the chat or throw them in the on the YouTube chat, and we'll answer them in the next episode because we're over 10 minutes now on the time here. I know, everyone wants to get to their families. We got, it's 5 o'clock here. I still got to eat dinner and stuff like that. But Heat, it's been a pleasure bringing you on, man. I learned a lot. I hope the viewers learned a lot. It's always good to pick your brain. You've been in the market, like you said, a decade, and you've had the downs and the ups, and it was a real pleasure bringing you on, man. And I hope your value to us here at Accolades. We love you here. And once again, thank you so much for coming on. And Numbers, you got anything before we close out here? Julian, you got anything before we close out here?
I'm good. I know one thing we didn't do was go into what we're looking for into Monday and through the week.
Join the Discord. We'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to know,
There we go.
hit the link down
Click the link
below.
below.
Hit
But
the
yeah,
link and join. Is free. There's no reason not to, right? So a lot of these places charge $50, $200, $300 a month. We're free for all. We work together. Hit the link. You'll see our watch list. You'll see, you can ask questions in there, and we can go over different plays that we're looking at this week. I'm hoping we hit a fire week this week, but I'm hoping that every week. So let's see. Fire. It doesn't matter, bro.
The whole point of this thing is so that everybody can learn from our mistakes.
But I'm in the same boat. I don't really have anything else to add either. Heat, it's been great having you on here. We might actually have to. You might have to keep your Mondays open or whatever day we vote for. You might have to stick around. But
yeah, no, it's fine.
we'll talk about it more.
Playing devil's advocate.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I love it because, like I said, I don't have anybody to talk to on this show. I mean, it's just Mike and Julian sits in the corner. No.
Like, this is my play this week and light that thing up.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess no, I greatly appreciate y'all having me on. Whenever you want, I'm always available. If y'all have any questions in the Discord for me or anything, I mean, you reach out to anybody, they'll get a hold of me.
Absolutely. All right, boys. On that note, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this bad boy up, and we will see you guys next week.
Yeah, and if also be
Bye,
on the
guys.
lookout. I'm going to post some videos this week, so we'll have the first one up tonight, and I'll be posting a couple this week. So thanks everybody again, and thank you Heat, and much love, and let's get it this week.
Take care.
Bye, guys.